Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating: the simple, everyday eating habits in Japan that seem to keep people so healthy and slim, almost effortlessly. So, how exactly do they do it? Let's get into it.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? Japan is this super modern, developed nation with amazing food everywhere, yet they have one of the lowest obesity rates on the planet. Most people there aren't obsessing over fad diets or counting every single calorie, so what's their secret?
And when you look at the numbers, it is just stark. This isn't a small difference we're talking about. It's this huge gap that really highlights what some people call the Japanese paradox. It's proof that something fundamentally different is going on at the dinner table.
Okay, so to really unpack this, we're going to look at a few key areas. We'll start with the health paradox itself, then dive into mindful eating practices, the actual art of the meal, some powerful everyday choices, and finally, wrap it all up with how this becomes a lifestyle, not a diet.
So, first things first, mindful eating. In Japan, the whole approach to food really starts in your head, way before you take your first bite.
And one of the most powerful ideas here is Hara Hachi Bu. This is a concept that came out of Okinawa, which is famous for how long people live there. The idea is so simple, but it's a total game changer. You don't eat until you feel stuffed, you eat until you're just about satisfied. 80%. That is the magic number to remember. And the goal here isn't to restrict yourself or feel hungry. It's about learning to listen to your body and just stopping before you hit that "I'm so full" feeling. When you do that meal after meal, day after day, you cut out a ton of calories without even trying.
So why does this actually work? Well, it's just pure biology. There's about a 20-minute delay between when your stomach is actually full and when your brain gets the message. So the 80% rule is kind of like a clever life hack for that delay. You stop early and you give your brain a chance to catch up and realize, oh, okay, we're good.
And get this, even the utensil you use plays a part. Think about it. Using chopsticks naturally makes you eat a bit slower. You have to take smaller bites, and you have to be more present with your food. That slower pace is the key to making sure your stomach doesn't get way ahead of your brain.
Now, this whole mindset is backed up by how the meal is physically put together. Let's talk about what we'll call the art of the meal.
If you sit down for a traditional Japanese meal, you're not going to see one giant plate piled high with food. Nope. Instead, you'll see a beautiful array of small bowls and little dishes. And this isn't just for looks. It's a brilliant built-in way to control portions that actually makes the meal feel more special and satisfying. And that structure often follows a principle called Ichiji Sansai, which basically means one soup, three sides, usually served with a bowl of rice. This simple formula almost guarantees you're getting a balanced meal. You've got carbs for energy, protein for building muscle, and all that fiber and nutrients from the veggies. It's like balance by design.
And the absolute stars of this balanced plate are pretty clear. First, vegetables are in almost every single meal, giving you that fiber that helps you feel full. And second, seafood is king. All those healthy omega-3s from fish are chosen way more often than heavy red meats, which keeps the overall calorie count and saturated fat way down.
All right, so now let's drill down into some of the powerhouse foods themselves. What are those simple daily choices that make such a huge difference in the long run?
Okay, fermented foods. These are a huge cornerstone of the diet. We're talking about things like miso soup and all kinds of pickled vegetables that are eaten all the time. These foods are loaded with good bacteria that make your gut happy. And as we're learning more and more, a healthy gut is crucial for everything, from your mood to how your body actually stores fat.
The contrast here is just night and day, isn't it? The traditional Japanese diet is built from the ground up on fresh, simple, whole ingredients. That means it naturally avoids all the ultra-processed stuff, packed with added sugar and unhealthy fats that's become so common in other parts of the world. It's a simple choice, but the impact is massive.
And that same thinking applies to what people drink. Instead of loading up on sugary sodas, the go-to drink is often green tea. It has 0 calories and it's full of these antioxidants called catechins, which some studies even say can help boost your metabolism a little bit. I mean, just swapping one soda for a green tea every day can save you thousands of calories over a month.
Even dessert is treated totally differently. Sweets are usually smaller, way less sugary, and seen as a deliberate, occasional treat, not a daily requirement. Think of a small piece of mochi or something made with red bean paste instead of a giant slice of cake. It's about savoring a little bit of sweetness, not dropping a sugar bomb on your system.
And really, this brings us to the most important point of all. This isn't a diet in the way we normally think about it. It is a completely different philosophy around food and health.
See, these aren't a bunch of strict, punishing rules that people are forcing themselves to follow. They're just everyday habits, deeply woven into the culture and passed down for generations. And the result isn't just a healthy weight, it's one of the highest life expectancies on the entire planet. The real power is in that consistency.
So what is the secret after all this? Well, it's not just one thing. It's the powerful combination of all these little pieces. Eating mindfully, really prioritizing balance and variety, always choosing fresh, whole foods, and of course, practicing moderation in all things. Look, you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight, but maybe just picking one or two of these habits to try could make a real difference. So that leaves me with one final question for you. Looking at this list, which one of these habits would you try first?